2019, right around September, October, we had an epiphany and we said, babe, I said to you, well, I don't know if I said it or you said it. I said, babe, this online thing is a real thing.
Yeah.
And there's ways that people can make money from home. Well, there's ways that people can make money working online
Mm-hmm.
from home
Mm-hmm.
without even quitting your job.
Right.
And when we saw that, at the time it was either YouTube, it was either drop shipping, and we
Facebook.
didn't understand what those things were. We didn't
Right.
understand what e-commerce were. I think
Mm-hmm.
e-commerce kind of blew up more
Mm-hmm.
once we went through the pandemic.
Right.
But
Or e-commerce was
it
there,
was
but when
there.
we found it, it was just like, wow.
We didn't know about it.
Right.
Even courses,
Right.
digital product, like those things existed a long time ago. I
And
think the pandemic just kind of just maximized and just like
yeah,
souped them up on
definitely.
steroids.
Hey, what's up, family? We are the Entrepreneur Couple. My name is Felicia.
And I'm Dominique, and you're watching the Be Your Own Testimony podcast, and we are your host.
Facts.
So episode number
3.
3,
Yeah.
and what a challenge, right? What a challenge. We had a rough morning this morning.
We have a rough morning almost every morning.
Yeah, I mean, waking up with 6 kids here,
Mm-hmm.
and a baby and a puppy, and family members.
It's interesting.
It's interesting, right?
Yep.
One thing for sure, there's no quiet moments ever.
Except for moments like this.
But we share that because this was one of the reasons why in 2019 we said, look, Damo, you're a personal trainer, Felicia, you're a nurse, and we had a nutrition club. But we decided back then that even though there's a lot of stuff going on at home, home is one of the best places to be. And back then we decided that, hey, let's find a way to make money online from home,
Yeah.
right?
It was important to us because, like, just previous history, I think typical Caribbean household, right?
Yeah,
My
yeah,
mom, dad, they worked a lot, to make sure to take care of us, feed us, put a roof over our head. And, there was just certain moments that I could speak for myself that, I just wish my mom was there a little bit more. And so we made a decision when we decided to be parents, and we said that we wanted to be in our child's life as much as possible.
yeah.
So working as a nurse, doing the 12-hour shifts, sometimes overnights, etc.
I remember those.
Yeah,
I used to be driving and picking
yeah,
you up from work every day, every
yeah,
night.
yeah.
Yeah,
We decided, okay, I think maybe the best route to go to is entrepreneurship.
right.
And so we went into entrepreneurship, and it was,
Wait, can I say something here real quick? You were already in entrepreneurship though, because
I
you already
was,
had a hair care line. You had
yeah,
Demonic with your
yeah.
with your cuz.
Yeah, so I had a hair care line that me and my cousin kind of built from the ground up. And but it wasn't like straight entrepreneurship where I can say like I wasn't working. So I was working, I was still figuring out, I was still going to school, etc. And I still had my job though.
Yeah, you still had a job.
I had
She
entrepreneurship
was
in
she
my
she was a 9 to 5 entrepreneur. So
right.
if you're a 9 to 5 entrepreneur, drop in the comments some 9 to 5 entrepreneurs because I know
Yeah.
we get a bunch of different people that watch us.
Right. I was I had the entrepreneur spirit in my blood from a very young age.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I remember those days because when we first met, you gave me the book Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yes, I did.
Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yes, I did. And the reason that I gave him that book is because I was learning who I was, coming from a previous relationship, and I realized that I wanted to make sure that I was with a partner who, even though they weren't an entrepreneur, understood what entrepreneurs go through or understood or would give me support. And so, Rich Dad Poor Dad, yeah, I know that's a staple book that anybody should read, not just entrepreneurs. And when I met him, the test that I gave him was a book, and that was the book I gave him.
Yeah. She gave me that book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and she said, read this book. And she didn't tell me nothing else. She just said, read this book.
Hmm.
And I stayed home. Well, I had to work at the time. At the time, I was a manager at Applebee's. And I stayed home and I dissected that book. I
Hmm.
created a financial statement. I mapped out my income, expenses, liability. assets, and when I did everything, I realized I had more money in liabilities than assets.
Yeah.
And one of the quotes that we've heard in our just entrepreneur journey is a lot of people have more money in their closet or in their driveway than they
Mhm.
do in their bank account.
Facts.
And I've heard that before, but I didn't know what it meant, and I didn't know what it meant until I came across Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yeah.
But I read that book. I said, okay, we need to create assets. I
Mhm.
said we need stocks, we need
Mhm.
property, we
Over
need
time,
businesses.
when he read the book,
Hmm.
that was my test because I wanted to be very intentional with whoever I choose to be in my life at that point of time,
Hmm.
that we were going to be walking the same path, or at
Hmm.
least understanding each other to walk the path with each other. So
So
yeah.
what are you saying? You wasn't gonna date no 9 to 5
No,
no 9 to 5 entrepreneurs?
no, I would date 9 to 5 entrepreneur. The whole point of me giving you the book was, number
Hmm.
one, to see if you was going to read it.
So did I
uh,
pass that
you
test?
passed that
All
test.
right.
The second reason I gave you that book is because I knew that I was an entrepreneur at heart.
Hmm.
And so if I was going to date you or be in a relationship with you, I don't need you to be an entrepreneur, but I need you to appreciate and understand my vision and understand the why behind it.
Got it. Got it.
And so I didn't want to be with somebody, you work in the 9 to 5, the person is working a 9 to 5, and then you're like, I have a dream. I want to go open a restaurant. And they're
Yeah.
like, no, like, just go punch in, go do what you got to do. Restaurants got too much risk and this and that. And so with Rich Dad Poor Dad, it shows you that, I wanted to be on the right side of the quadrant instead of the left side. And in order
Yeah.
for me to do that, there's some steps that you have to take. And a 9 to 5 could help you get there if you know how to invest your money, but that's just not enough.
Right. Right. I love that you shared that one of the things that you said in a Caribbean household,
Yeah.
most of us, we didn't have mom and dad growing up, so
No.
mom was working 40, 50 hours a week,
Mm-hmm.
going this way,
Mm-hmm.
and dad was working 40, 50 hours a week going to the right. And I think when we came together and we locked hands, we made a decision that, you know what, let's see how we could buy back some of that time together.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
I think one of the things we did was, little by little, we started to spend 5 hours together,
Mm-hmm.
6 hours together,
Mm-hmm.
10 hours together.
And what that means is, he was working as a manager in Applebee's. I was working as a nurse. And we decided, okay, we were going to transition into entrepreneurship. So when he says that we put 5 hours back together, that means like we game plan. We thought about, okay, what business that we would want to go into, instead of, I come home from work after a 40-hour work week and I'm like, sad, thank God it's Friday, and then we out for the weekend. No, it was, let's game plan, because the goal is to spend more time with each other,
Yeah,
and the goal is to be there for the kids for, for anything.
yeah,
One thing that used to irk me was the fact that if the school was to call me and I was unable to leave my job to go get the kid, because you're in the nursing world, so it's kind of not that simple to just leave. However, you can leave if it's an emergency. The fact that I had to go ask permission, so that was a big thing for me. I didn't want to do that. I don't want to ask permission. If something happens, I want to be able to leave and
yeah,
know that I'm still good and don't have to deal with the fact that my check is at risk.
yeah. No, it's funny because what's interesting, because we are those parents that show up for everything.
Everything.
We show up for everything. If there's a play and your child is in the back and they don't have a special part, we still showing up.
Yeah.
If somebody act up, we
Yeah.
still showing up.
The moments that I remember, when my mom would surprise me and come and sit and have lunch with me. Like, I remember, I don't, it wasn't all the time. I think it's probably just once,
Hmm.
but I remember, probably like 8 years old.
Hmm.
She surprised me and she sat and came to have lunch with me. Or when she would drop me to school in the morning, and before she would go to work, she would have breakfast with me. But it was just important for us to make sure that we had those memories all the time, because that's the only thing that they'll remember.
Right, right. I wanna. So on this episode, I think I'm gonna take a more of a interviewer style. I know this is our
No.
show, and we could do that where sometimes you could interview me and I interview you. But there's a couple of things that I want to ask you just to get your perspective from a woman's perspective.
Okay.
Um, I already know my perspective, and I
Mm.
want to get your. I kind of know it, but I want to share it with everybody who's
All right.
watching.
He's
But
always asking me questions all the time.
but in 2019, we were in a place where we were struggling a little bit, and
We were struggling a lot.
we were still in the we were still in the entrepreneur space. And but we had big goals. We had big goals, and we
We
were
had big audacious goals.
right.
Like we were we were the people in the family who was like, don't worry, I'm gonna be a millionaire and I'm gonna take care of everybody. And everybody is like, yeah, okay.
Where's
Where's
yeah, but one of the things that we went through was we were going through what I like to call the vortex. And the vortex is when you are in a place of rapid growth, where you're like working on yourself, you're
mm-hmm.
reading, you're going to seminars, you're attending events, and you're just growing too fast, right? You're
Mm-hmm.
growing too
You
fast.
don't feel that you're growing fast, but you're growing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you're growing so fast that the things you want, you see them, but your activity or the performance that you're putting out don't match.
Right.
So there's that friction. There's that what you call the gap
Mm-hmm.
where, hey, I deserve this. I should be getting this. I want this. I
Mm-hmm.
need to have this.
Mm-hmm.
And you believe it,
Mm-hmm.
but the results is not adding there.
Right.
That's
You're
because,
working towards it, but it just seems still so far away.
right. So
Mm-hmm.
there was a there was a point where we were at that place and we were hustling and we were grinding and we were
Mm-hmm.
doing everything,
Mm-hmm.
but it still wasn't working.
It's not that
And
it wasn't working. It was working. It's just it didn't come to fruition the way that we were expecting it to come.
yes,
It was
so
like it was slow and steady when we were moving fast. So we thought that fast would have it come quicker and we would see it and then we were like, wow, we did it.
yeah, so it's like that. It was working. We just wasn't seeing it the way we were looking for it, but it
Correct.
was happening.
Correct.
And 2019, right around September, October, we had an epiphany, and we said, "Babe," I said to you, well, I don't know if I said it or you said it. I said, "Babe, this online thing is a real thing,
Yeah.
and there's ways that people can make money from home. Well, there's ways that people can make money working online
Mm-hmm.
from home
Mm-hmm.
without even quitting your job."
Right.
And when we saw that, at the time it was either YouTube, it was either drop shipping, and we
Facebook.
didn't understand what those things were. We didn't
Right.
understand what e-commerce were. I think
Mm-hmm.
e-commerce kind of blew up more
Mm-hmm.
once we went through the pandemic.
Right.
But
Or e-commerce was
it
there,
was
but when
there.
we found it, it was just like, wow.
We didn't know about it.
Right.
Even courses,
Right.
digital product, like those things existed a long time ago. I
And
think the pandemic just kind of just maximized and just like
yeah,
souped them up on
definitely.
steroids.
Definitely. And just to give some context behind it, you know, when we so as him being a manager and me being a nurse, we decided, okay, the first entrepreneur venture that we went into together was a brick and mortar store, and we went into the health industry. We was in a
Yeah,
network marketing company, and we said that if we wanted to maximize on this network marketing company, let's go open a brick and mortar store,
yeah.
because our coaches and our mentors at that time had that, and we saw the type of money that they made from it,
They were
and
making money,
yeah, they were.
5 figures a month.
Right. And the type of experience that they gave to the customers. And we was like, okay, we want to create something just like that without touch to it.
Yeah,
So we went into that and it was great. It was great.
we helped a lot of
We helped
people
a lot of people in Queens lose a lot of weight.
lose
And
over 3,000 pounds. We helped
yeah,
a lot of
we have a
transformations.
lot of transformations. And we did something great for the community, but it was one of those entrepreneur ventures that made us feel good, because we would have weight loss challenges, and just to see that people were thanking us, and they was like,
Yeah,
this environment is a dope environment that I could come to, just be myself and relax. Like when we had to shut that place down, it was hard. However, we had to do it because of financial reasons. And when we did that, what happened was, first of all, we both went into depression our own way.
yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
both immediately
Immediate.
we went into depression our own way. But as we were getting out of it, we kind of was like, man, like we want to recreate this again, but how can we recreate it without giving so much of our punch-in time, so
It was
much
the
of
time and the overhead. How can we recreate it without the time and the overhead?
overhead? And so we went into other network marketing, because we're a big fan of network marketing companies, and we went into the financial network marketing company. And that was also a great company that we were a part of. However, what ended up happening with that is a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff happened.
We had kids,
We had
and you had
kids.
to be in the office
Right.
2 to 3 nights. Well, 3 to 4 nights. We were part of the office. We were
Right.
part of the leadership squad there.
Mm,
So we had to be in the office 3 to 4 nights a week, different
right.
offices. And we're going to from Queens to
Mhm.
Tarrytown, which is about an hour drive.
Right.
And then we in Freeport.
Hmm.
And then during the week, you're on appointments, on kitchen table appointments in
Kneecap to
people's house,
kneecap.
kneecap to kneecap,
In people's
with
house.
kids,
Right.
kids.
With kids sometime. By any
Yeah,
means necessary, we're going to make this work. And
yeah,
that's just the type of individuals
yeah.
that we are.
I think we got some of these trophies up here, back here
Oh,
somewhere.
yeah. And that, we ended up pivoting. We ended up moving to Georgia. When we moved to Georgia, right in the smack dab of COVID, and I was 6 months pregnant.
Yeah.
And while we were settling in, prior to us settling in, we did a lot of studying. We took a lot of courses. We paid for a lot of events before we came to Georgia. And so when we came to Georgia with a mind frame of, okay, we did the brick and mortar. We did the kneecap to kneecap.
Yeah.
We did the appointments.
We did prospecting.
We did the prospecting.
Running your shopping cart into somebody at Walmart. Excuse me, do you live or work in the area?
Right.
Do you know anybody looking to bring in some additional income?
We did all of those
We did that.
things. And we said, okay, there has to be, not easier, because we're not looking for the easy way out, but we was like, there has to be a more simpler way for us to still make money, and still make money from the comfort of our home, and be happy doing it. Yeah. And we went into the venture of online, and we looked to see, okay, how to make money online. I think that's like probably one of the top searches. Yeah. Which is how to make money online from home. And then it's how to make money online from home without quitting your job. Yeah. And that's the search that we was in.
That's what we're looking for the last 5 years, 5 or 6
and
years.
We went into everything. We went into e-commerce. We went into drop shipping. We went into t-shirt making.
We started t-shirt. I mean, there's a t-shirt business downstairs right now as we speak.
Right. We went into building a brand, a clothing brand.
Yeah. Like digital products, trading. So there's many different ways that you can get into, making money online, working from home. There's many different ways.
And they're everything that we mentioned were all great avenues. All of them.
Yeah, they work, they pay. And you can definitely do 6-7 figures and scale up in any one of them. You got to choose one that you like. Right. Which is kind of what we want to cover today, which is what are the top secrets? What are the top 3 secrets? Which is my interview part. What are the top 3 secrets that you found out that somebody needs to know when it comes to making money online, working from home without quitting their job? Let's start with where we were in 2015-16. We were 9-to-5 entrepreneurs.
9-to-5.
So what are the top 3 secrets a 9-to-5 entrepreneur need to know so they can make some money online, working from home without quitting their job? What's something you could tell them? Top 3 secrets.
Well, the first
number 1.
Well, before we do number 1, what's very important is understanding, who you are. That's very important, because you don't want to start something and not be happy doing it. So, and that was a struggle for me.
What do you mean by that? Who do you are? Break that down.
Who you are. So it's like, it's easy for you to go online and say, okay, I'm going to look to see how to make money online. And then you find out, wow, a popular niche is animals. And you're like, okay, you know something? I'm going to go start a store and I'm going to sell animal things. But how does that bring out the passion in you? Right. How does that make you happy? Yeah. So if you were able to find something that not only you didn't mind doing to get paid for, but also made you happy, you're in a very good space. Okay. And in order for you to figure that out, you need to know who you are. And sometimes, you're at the bottom level of the Maslow hierarchy, and you're like, yo, I'm for survival. So if this pet store is gonna pay me, this is what I'm gonna do. And that's fine too, because in the process, you'll figure out what you like and what you don't like, and then you'll be able to transition, pivot, and do whatever it is that you choose to do. So I would say, if you were able to, if brand new now, me being who I am, if I had a job, I was 9-to-5, and I wanted to be able to figure out how to make money online, I would sit down with myself and say, Felicia, what is it that makes you happy? What is it that you want to do, and try to go towards that way? Now, if we're on some, listen, just tell me what I got to do because I need to make this money. I would say you need to find a product that sells, that would sell very well in the marketplace, or you need to personally brand yourself.
I like that. And we could touch. We're gonna give a little bit more details about everything. We'll talk about it.
So that's number one.
So find a product and
Find a product or find a way to brand who you are yourself, because that's a big thing now. It's a
right.
big thing about creating a personal brand.
Would you say that they would have to do both? They would have to find a winning product and brand themselves at the same time? Because there's people who do winning products and you don't even know who they are.
Right.
And there's people who do products and the brand and they combine them together. What do you recommend?
It's your choice. And that's why I say it's important to know who you are. It's important to know what you like. Because you can go sell the puppy, you can create a puppy store, your face don't gotta show.
Right.
But then if you love puppies and you want to create a puppy store, but you want to be the face of this puppy store, that's fine too.
That's more you're building a brand.
Right. But that's why you need to know who you are, what you like, what you want to do.
Now, when you say find a winning product, what are 2 to 3 things that somebody can do to go find a winning product? And what are 2 to 3 things they can do to find a winning product?
Google. Okay, Google is your best friend. And now there's Chat GPT. It's easy to go online and type it into Chat GPT. You know, what's the top 10 winning products in the United States that is in the health industry that I can possibly tap into to make over $1 million in scale? You know, it's like there you have the resources. What it is you got to go find it, search for it on Google or you know whatever resources out there in order for you to figure it out. So research is the number one thing.
I like that. If I would share something that said how to find a winning product, these are some of the things that you can do. These are some of the things that we did, and I'll share them. One of the things that we did when we were finding winning products was find a product that solves a problem compared to finding a product that you like.
Right.
When you find a product that solves a problem, that means there's an immediate need for it. So you can look around, go to your favorite influencers' video posts, look at the comments, look at what people are asking, look at the questions people are asking. Another thing you can do is go to Amazon. Go to Amazon, look at similar products, and look at the reviews. Look at the reviews, and you can filter the reviews to see good reviews, bad reviews, speed reviews, or fulfillment reviews. And you can pick one of the reviews and see what people are giving feedback as far as, hey, this was good, but I did not like the quality, or this was good, but I did not like the taste, or this was good, but I did not like that. And you can move it like that. And the third thing that you can do is you can use Google Trends. I like to use Google Trends. Google Trends kind of tell you which way the market is going, and you can get in front of the market, in front of the tradition. 2 more things you could do is go to Amazon, go to bestseller, go to trendy products,
and now there's
and
TikTok
you can see,
too.
and go to TikTok to see what's trending, and you get an idea of what it is. But when it comes to choosing a winning product, make sure you find something that's easy to fulfill.
Right.
You know, ships quickly, easy to fulfill, and you know, just be careful of the big stuff and the stuff that has tech stuff, because they break or they come off a little cheap sometimes.
However, it's still a great industry to tap into.
Yeah, because these mics were a winning product, and they're going crazy on TikTok right now, and they tech, right?
Right. Yeah, they are.
Yeah, even our ring lights and stuff like that.
All
are winning
of that
products.
Stuff. All of them are winning products. If you
sell what you use,
right? That's the big one. Sell what you use.
Sell what you use.
And you know, we're in an industry where selling what you use sells.
Yeah.
You know, user generated content. Yeah. Nowadays, they're paying individuals like us, which is normal people, to use these products because they want a genuine, authentic testimonial about the product compared to doing advertisement. And all of those work too. But nowadays, they're paying a lot of money for people to just, hey, I need your real input about this mic. These ring lights, this computer, etc.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, first secret is find a winning product, and I have a checklist that you can use to find a winning product. I'm gonna drop that checklist. I'm gonna share the PDF link for that, and you'll be able to download that. I'll put the link down in the comment section. Guys, if you're getting some value from this, please just make sure you like and share this. We appreciate it. We're a new podcast, but we're not new to the game. We've been here a long time. We just haven't been with you. So we hope we hope we can grow together with you. So remember to
Definitely.
like and share this, and make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. What would you say secret number 2 is for somebody who want to make money online,
Hmm.
working from home
Hmm.
without quitting their job? Secret number 2.
Okay, so you figured out what the winning product is, or you figured out, I'm going to brand myself in
Mm-hmm.
the winning product, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
You figured out number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two is distribution.
Mm.
Distribution in a lot of sense. It's not
Mm.
just distribution about how the product is going to get to the person's house. However,
That's
that's
like
part of it.
fulfillment. That's fulfillment.
That's fulfillment.
Yeah.
It's about, okay, what social media networks am I going to use to promote this?
Mm.
And the work that's going to go behind it, which is like the marketing aspect. And what else?
You know, when I hear you say distribution, what
Mm-hmm.
I think about is I think about Facebook. I
Mm-hmm.
think about Mark Zuckerberg,
Mm-hmm.
because Mark Zuckerberg became a multi-billionaire from Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
and Facebook did not have a product,
Yeah.
right? What made him a lot of money was he had a distribution network
Mm-hmm.
of millions of people,
Mm-hmm.
and then he knew what those people liked,
Mm-hmm.
he knew what they wanted,
Over time.
he knew what they hated, and he
Right.
knew what their interests were.
Right.
And because he had that information, advertisement companies pay him
Mm-hmm.
money
Right.
to move products. So
Right.
when I hear distribution, I think about a network. So are you
Mm-hmm.
saying use social media to create a network, use your contacts to create a network to move these products?
Definitely. So, for example, if you found like there's a popular puppy product, which is
Mm-hmm.
the thing that you can walk with. It has the water at the bottom of it, and all you would do is squeeze the water, and the puppy would be
I
able to
remember that.
drink the water from the spout.
I
And
remember
it's something that you can travel with. So, what would you do if you found that product? First of all, you would go find the person or the company or the behind the scenes people who will actually deliver the products to the individuals, the customers. But how would you find that? You would have to research and make sure that you have a good vendor.
When you say research, like what do you mean? Like go
Hmm?
to AliExpress and look
You
it
would go
up?
to
What do you mean?
AliExpress. Like that's why Google is important with research. You would go to AliExpress and you would check for vendors. You would make sure that you have vendors who are reliable. You would read the comments about them. You would order a product for yourself,
Mm.
and make sure that it came on time. Make sure that it came in a packaging that you like. So boom, you got your product. Now the distribution aspect of it is okay, I got my product. Now what do I do with it? It's up to you. You can go on social media. You can present the product, show them how to use it. You don't have to show your face, but you can show your face too.
Mm-hmm.
You would show them, okay, well, you squeeze it, the puppy came, and now the puppy is drinking from it. And if you want to go purchase it, the link is in the store, right?
Mm.
Once you do that, it's the people who see those things are gonna like, they're gonna comment, they're gonna do that. Now, another distribution effect is understanding that if the customers like it, how are you gonna keep them coming back for more?
Mm.
So now it's creating an email list, is now creating
Mm.
some form
Mm.
of network so that they could keep coming back for more, so that you don't have to keep redoing over and over
Mm.
and over again.
So basically, distribution is you creating your own list of contacts, or you
Mm.
creating your own network where you can continue marketing to those people and
Right.
keep promoting to those people,
Right. So
basically.
distribution has so many layers to it because that part is the marketing aspect of
Right.
distribution. You
Right.
understand? And then there's distribution of the fulfillment aspect of distribution. So it's just like a whole bunch of components.
What would you say to somebody who said, "Hey, I have a winning product, but you know, I don't have the money to go sell this product, and
Hmm.
I don't know anybody right now in this day and age." What would you
And
say to that person?
okay,
I don't know anybody, and I ain't got no money to pay nobody to market for me.
that's what drop shipping come in hand.
No, they already have a product,
They already have the
but they
product.
don't know nobody to buy it,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't have any money to spend to
Mm-hmm.
do advertisement.
TikTok is like pure advertisement. Listen, TikTok is the new short version to me of YouTube.
Yeah,
If I
she
want
said
to,
TikTok.
yeah, I'm telling you, if I want to make spaghetti with ground meat,
Hmm.
back then I used to go to look for that on YouTube.
Hmm.
However, I would have to watch a 10, 15, 20-minute
Yeah,
video to get
yeah,
to the results.
yeah.
On TikTok, it gives you a 60, 30-second video on exactly what to do. So now if I had a winning product or have the product and I said I wanted to promote it and
Hmm.
don't have no money for advertisement, I would promote it on TikTok.
So basically, what you're saying is TikTok is a way to reach millions of people
Facts.
from making free content and just
Definitely.
posting about it. So you basically don't
Definitely.
need no money. You
No.
don't need no big budget. What
No.
if they don't have no followers on TikTok?
That's okay, because what happens is if you have that winning product and you're able to do a good review or a commercial in a sense of it,
Mm-hmm.
people will flock to you.
Mm.
That's what TikTok does. Just make sure
Yeah.
that you're using the right SEOs. Just make sure that you're using the right caption, the right hashtags. They will flock to you. I've
Mm-hmm.
seen individuals who started TikTok from zero and grew their TikTok to like millions of followers with just one
Yeah,
product.
your cousin does that. Your cousin, she started TikTok before us, and
Mm-hmm.
back in 2020, and we
Mm-hmm.
stopped. And
Mm-hmm.
she right now is about close to like a 500,000,
Right.
where she's making
She's making some,
she's making some bags. She's making some bags from
yeah,
there.
you
She's
know,
making
she
some
sent
money.
me a screenshot
Yeah, she sent a screenshot.
of the money she pulled out.
She's paying her bills and more.
Right, right. So it's like there's no excuses.
Yeah.
There's really no excuses. There's people who are able to make money with $0. It's
Yeah.
just how convinced are you with yourself that you're gonna be consistent and stick to it.
So for somebody who want to market their product
Mm-hmm.
on social media, let's say TikTok, for example,
Mm-hmm.
you mentioned, using SEOs and hashtags. What
Mm-hmm.
if they don't know nothing about SEOs and hashtag? Like, how can they, because I know SEOs are important on TikTok. How can they get the SEO and hashtag game down pat?
Back then I used to say Google. Now I say now I say ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT. It's like,
So give me an example. Like, what would you?
so if I had this puppy product, I would tell ChatGPT exactly what I have. Hey, I have this puppy.
It's a puppy leash.
A puppy
A doggy.
water bottle.
It's a water bottle.
It was a water bottle.
Okay,
You
it's a puppy
squeeze
water
it.
bottle.
Yeah, it's a
Portable water
a
bottle.
puppy portable water bottle. Whatever the exact description of it is, I would put in ChatGPT. Hey, I have a bottle that has a spout for a puppy,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to promote it on TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
and I would like and so if you created a video, I would also explain the video. I'd say, I created this video, and this video shows that the dog is walking to the spout.
Mm-hmm.
After I squeeze it, the dog is drinking it, etc. Mm-hmm. Like, I would give it so much details. Like, I need exactly what I need. And I would ask it, hey, give me the top 10 SEOs that I need to attach to this video. Give me the top 10 hashtag that I would attach to this video based off TikTok algorithm.
And it would spit all that stuff back out.
Spit all of it out.
I think we're doing that right now.
Yeah.
It would spit, guys, this stuff works.
It does work. It would spit all of it out.
That's cool. I like that. So basically, winning product and distribution network, which you can build using your content. You can build using a list, build through your personal own network, fulfillment,
all of that.
Right. Okay. So number 3, what's the third secret for somebody who want to make money online working from home? What's secret number 3? We have winning product, we have distribution. What would you say secret number 3 is now?
We're in an era of content creation is cash is king. And so
say it again.
We are in an era where content creation is cash, it's king.
Oh, content creation is cash.
It's king.
And it's king.
Right. And so for you to market your product and be able to monetize your product. So step 3 is monetization. Is making sure that I have this product, I'm able to fulfill it. I did the distribution. I got, if you're going the route of email list and etc., I got all of that set up. But now I need to make the money from it.
Right.
So monetization is number 3. You have to be able to monetize what it is that you got. And in order for you to monetize, you need people to see or hear that you have it.
Right, which is promoting.
Or you're just gonna just have one for yourself and that's it.
Right, you're gonna have a garage or a storage facility,
you know what I'm saying?
Full of products.
Right. So it's about monetization. It's just about making sure that your systems are ready or they're there for you to be able to maximize on your monetization as well. So you have the product, you have the distribution outlet. Now it's about making money. How are you going to make money? One of the biggest ways that I was talking about in this era is content creation. You don't have to show your face. You can just show the product, but creating content around it, blogs, YouTube, TikTok, talk about it on a podcast, talk about it to a friend, go around your community and sell it. A lot of times we're busy trying to sell to the world, not realizing like your community probably needs exactly what you do, what you have. And so, you know, marketing it that way. So it's monetization. That's also a form of content creation and marketing.
I like what you said. With monetization, there's a system for it.
Yeah.
It's not just making content and talking about it. There's a system, which is, hey, do you have a landing page? Do you have your product page? Do you have testimonials on that page? Do you have some type of way to capture their email so you can follow up?
Right.
Do you have an upsell to boost that order, to boost that cart value?
Right.
Do you have a post sell? Do you have a campaign where you're going to sell them something after that? So monetization is a whole process.
It's a whole process. Like each step is a whole process. The number one, from finding your product, is a process.
Yeah.
Distribution, that's a process. Monetization is a process. Everything is like, you have all these three things, and there's like A, and then A got like 10 steps. Then you got B, and then B got like 10 steps.
Yeah.
And you know what used to happen to us is we would try to create all those things from scratch.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you right now, if you have the funds, you pay for a coach.
Yeah.
You pay for a mentor. And make sure you research your coach. Make sure you research your mentor. However, if you got to bootstrap it, there's Google, and now there's ChatGPT. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And there's also TikTok. TikTok, well, you might have to watch like 10, 20 videos, but you can watch the 10, 20 videos and come out with something. And don't overthink it. We overthought a lot of things.
Yeah.
And that leads to procrastination. That leads to paralysis analysis. It just leads to a whole bunch of stuff. So it's like, you would rather figure it out along the way than keep thinking about it and not do nothing.
Yeah. I love that, what you said, you know, get a coach or a mentor. You know, there's a book called Who Not How by Dan Sullivan. And inside of that book, he says, when you ask how, you get more problems because you have to start solving and thinking about things. But when you ask who, you get answers and solutions. And a lot of times people want to try to figure it out themselves, and they crash and burn, and they waste time.
They quit.
And one of the things that we've learned is, hey, go find a who, because when you have the who, you're paying for the learning curve. You're paying for the experience and the wisdom and the guidance of somebody who has done it before. So whereas it's going to take you 3 weeks to watch videos and then implement it yourself, that's great. But you can pay somebody, you know, invest
3 weeks in half.
and cut that 3 weeks in half, where
Right.
you don't have to get the headache, you don't have to lose sleep, and you don't have to throw your life out of balance.
Right.
So, you know, I think a lot of people right now, they're going through that out of balance life, and their life is out of balance because they're trying to do everything. And then you're going through a learning curve where you don't know how to do something in that step that you're taking. And that kind of backs you up and stresses you out. So now you go home and you start kicking your dog, you start smacking your kids around, you start doing all types of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you're
not
frustrated.
reaching your goal. You're not
reaching your goal.
Right.
So, you know, invest forward, invest into where you want to go, and whatever you've learned and acquired, you know, share that behind you with somebody who's coming up. And that's one of the reasons why we wanted to do this episode, because, you know, we sat there and we went through our analytics, and I was like, babe, the videos that really did well on our search page was the videos where we were sharing our story about our process.
Yeah.
Meaning our failures, the things that we had to figure out, the pains, the disappointments, the losing of the business, the losing the money, the losing the relationships, and then how we coped with that, how we balanced it out, and how we kind of just kept it together and just stayed focused.
Right.
So we wanted to make this video to kind of help out with that, to say, hey, there's still hope. There's still a chance for you to achieve that goal, and there's still a chance for you to be the hero in your family, and you know, take care of your family and your wife and kids, or whatever you want to do.
Definitely.
So in kind of closing, is there anything you would want to close out by saying? I know you mentioned that before you get into those 3 secrets, that somebody gotta make sure they kind of just know who they are. Now that they got the 3 secrets, what would you recommend? So they know who they are, they know the 3 secrets, how they can make money online. What would you say that they need to have behind that to close them out?
Take action. Do it.
Take action.
Just do it. Just you don't want to be in the regretful process of I shoulda, coulda, woulda. Just do it. You know, and try as much as possible to stick to it. Do it
Yeah.
and stick to it.
Yeah.
If in the process while you're doing it, you're like, it's not for me, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But you wanna finish off saying, I did it, I tried it, I accomplished this from it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you change or you pivot, then you can say, I move, and it just wasn't part of what I wanted to do anymore. That's fine. You don't want to have any open gaps of, I wonder if I had stuck to this,
Right.
where I would be. So I would say that. And yeah, I would say
That's
that.
the regret.
Yeah. So just do it, because there's people who are far less knowledgeable, or far less, who don't really have vision, who would just wake up one day and say, oh, I'm gonna go make scrunchies. You know what
Right.
I'm
Right.
saying? I'm gonna
Right.
cut
And they're
stockings,
crushing it.
and I'm gonna go make scrunchies, and they ended up building $1 million business.
Yeah.
And it's like, don't doubt yourself.
Yeah.
You, if it's in you, you can do it. If you're alive, you can do it.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. I would add to that. Work on your mentals.
Oh yeah.
Have a disciplined plan to work on your mentals and stick to that,
Hmm.
because your level of income or the level of success you reach externally will
Hmm.
never exceed the level of development that you are internally. So you are a reflection of that on the outside.
Hmm.
So if there's chaos internally, you're going to have chaos outside. So work on your mentals internally so you can reflect that externally, right? You're always going to get problems, but you got to get stronger. You got to grow bigger, and you got to get mentally tougher. So
Hmm.
I will share that. So,
Yeah.
with that being said, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Top 3 secrets for you to make money online without quitting your job. And
Hmm.
these secrets can go on for a couple of years, 2024, 2025, basically, and beyond.
Hmm.
Right. So, with that being said,
Yeah,
we
that's
out.
it. We
We out.
out.
Peace. So, we'll see
Later.
you guys next Thursday. Later.
Definitely.
Cool. You did good. I like that. Your energy just went whoop once
Yeah,
you started
because I
talking about.
already know that.
You already know
I
that?
already knew that I was supposed to switch up.
Oh, yeah. I like that.